Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Unification casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today I've got a 1 versus 1 on Meeting of Minds. Playing as the Thousand Suns, we've got Necrotechnica, and playing as the Chaos Space Marines, we've got Kubini. Kubini will be opening up with a quadruple of cultist squads and a Chaos Armory, as well as a couple of plasma generators, whereas the Thousand Suns are going to go for some Feral Wizards, a Sorcerer Lord, Zinch Cultists, Runescribe Construct, and a Demon Gate. So if you have not seen it on the channel, please do go watch it. I've done a little AMV, an animated music video, for the opening of the new Tug of War campaign, Horus Heresy, which is quite exciting. All bets are off, all the galaxy is a burn. But yeah, so we've got a Demon Gate opening for the Thousand Suns compared to a Cultist Grenade opening. Now, Screamers versus Cultists. I imagine the Screamers would be amazing for, like, killing these low health models once they get isolated. But if they mess up with their grenade launchers, will the knockback prevent them? Do even Screamers have a knockback when they get bashed around by the grenades? We'll have to see. It is up in the air. Fairy craft away, but while everyone's capturing their nearest and dearest, is yet to be seen. Not my knowledge, anyway. We had double plasma generators, potential for an early tier 2 should he need and want. Sorcerer Lord will be coming out. Not sure entirely what kind of book of spells would be ideal for this situation. Don't think demon summoning would be ideal. Maybe that book of trickery, able to lock people in with chains and go invisible and all that stuff. That might be useful. I don't think we've ever seen the book of destruction, or whatever that one's called, being chosen. Or it's just all about that DPS. Look at those Feral Wizards. Blasting these guys all about. Got the Feral Wizards, not the Feral Wizards, the Screamers in here as well. While each model was separated individually, they could just go off and just eat them alive. But yeah, against two squads of cultists. Probably not what they want. I quite like this. They've given up on close combat. There's now just a plasma pistol shootout. I call Buster Scruggs, but here comes the Sorcerer Lord with a couple of Eldritch Bolts. We'll have to keep an eye out and see what he goes for. He goes for his Illusionist specialization. Okie dokie then. So that is the invisible, the speed ups, the chains and all that stuff. Or is it cloning? There's something in there. We'll see some stuff. Anyway, some Zinch Cultists will come forward. No grenades on these guys. In fact, actually no grenades on the front line. But no grenades on anyone at all. Maybe he's just decided no need for it. We're going to use our mass. Got this listing post being upgraded. They should be able to assist them to defend here. I'm going to see the clone research spell on here. So potential to cause some bamboozling. At the very least. Cultists will now run away, starting to get their grenade launchers now. The grenade launchers will be extremely effective against these Zinch Cultists. Are we not seeing any? Oh, we've got a couple of Screamers in the old Demon Gate ready to come out as and when they need. And here we go, being summoned forth. Quite lethal unit, lots of damage. Very fast as well. Well, then again, problem with like most melee squads is that actually getting someone to stay in close combat is a little bit difficult, but we'll call on these guys just a smidgen. Only takes maybe about 2 or 3 hits for a Screamer to kill a Cultist. Gotta be careful with their morale though. Don't want to lose morale too quickly in a skirmish like this. Losing a couple of well, one model there. Zinch Cultists over here also not standing up too well. Got 2 Cultists, unsure which. Oh, 2 Sorcerer Lords. One's definitely a clone, but which one? Who knows? Don't even think that we can tell by looking at this. All we know is that there's some changing of ways shenanigans going on here. Screamers fly away. Looking to get back into the thick of it. Sorcerer Lord, well, the clone of it, at the very least, I must imagine, has fallen down. And this guy's just bashing up this listing post. He's not bothered. Throw out the occasional Eldritch Bolt. But, oh, there we go. Sorcerer and Sorcerer action. Who's got the bigger staff? That's the question. I mean, Chaos Sorcerer, the vanilla version, looks a little bit taller. But I'm not sure if that's just his hat. And remember, boys and girls, if you can't fight, you wear a big hat. That's what my granddad always said. Never quite understood that phrase. Tier 2 for Kubini. And Tier 2 on the way for Necrotechnica. So the ruinous powers on the right-hand side will have a tech advantage for a short while at the very least. Now, what are you going to go for? I can't think Chaos Rhinos would be the way forward here. No point in ferrying around your cultists all that quickly. Maybe a Dreadnought or two. Maybe even... Actually, I don't know. A Defiler? Defilers will be able to slap around these Screamers in close combat as well as bash them about with their artillery. Lots of Rune Scrap constructs here, so... potential for... I mean, I imagine Necrotechnica will also probably tech into vehicles himself. We'll see some Cultist Merzion down here. Still also Silver Spire. Losing one dude for their troubles. 122 and 48 economy compared to 98 and 30. So the Thousand Suns certainly have the economic advantage here. Machine Pit has been finished. Going to see a Warp Smith. A really good repairing rate on that guy. Going to see a Cult Forge and a Dark Library from Necrotechnica. So, yeah, it's going to be vehicle-on-vehicle action. A little bit calm at the moment. No one being too aggressive. Except, he says, except for the Sorcerer Lord. Who's doing a really good job, actually, at being quite the harassing force here. Warp Smith is going to come in, see if he can do some repairing. Do a little bit of a Benny Hill kind of run around. Going to see some cultists pepper that Sorcerer with some grenade launchers. Screamers and Zinch going to teleport in. Looking to keep that Warp Smith away from this listing post. Grenade launchers there, knocking Sorcerer Lord on his backside. He's got his friend there. The regular Chaos Sorcerer not looking all that pretty. In fact, actually being cornered a little bit by these Screamers of Zinch. Getting on to the red health. Will be chased away, but these guys are going to focus on the economic damage. Has this one been rebuilt? That one has been rebuilt, but it's not been brought back to its Tier 2 standard, so definitely Chaos Undivided feeling the economic pinch from this wonderful harassment from the Thousand Suns. Losing a couple of Screamers there as the Defiler comes out. And the Sorcerer Lord, he's done his business, or at least he's tried to do something. They can't all be winners, can they? Now, where are you going? What are you doing? Are you just... There we go. Well, I mean, he's brave. Why not go 1v1 against a Defiler? Must have been a bit of a misclick. Has been picked up, given the old spankaroonies before being slammed down. Oh dear, that's really unfortunate. No need to lose that model there, but probably a misclick of some description. Hellblade coming in. Ready to take down anything that they can see. And it looks like he's going to go for those heretics. Definitely a good choice. Easy to kill, especially considering that they're usually low health anyway. Gonna have another Hellblade swarming over. So even if Chaos wanted to push out with this Defiler and show the Thousand Suns a good time, they are not able to. Also got some horrors of Zinch been teleported in. So yeah, the Forces of Chaos really do need to actually come back and sort this problem out. Warp Smith going to try and keep this Machine Pit online. But actually a really nice choice of unit composition from Necrotechnica. He's seen that there's only got a Chaos Armory and a Machine Pit, so no interesting infantry coming out anytime soon, so may as well just go massively anti-vehicle. Then again, these horrors aren't standing up all that well to the artillery fire and the Defiler. Yeah, I mean, already been brought down quite low. Sorcerer Lord doing significant amounts of melee damage to these guys. Even the blue horrors aren't standing up too well against him. Yeah, I was expecting a lot more from that. I mean, they got the Machine Pit down, which was great. But then, I mean, all these lovely plasma generators over here, never been sniffed at. Some cultists coming down from the northern side. Got no critical location countdown victory on, so no trouble there. Herald of Zinch. Well, it was smoothly coming over, but he's been bashed over by the Defiler. He's not going anywhere anytime soon, is he? His movement speed being reduced to nary a crawl. The Herald now spots the Defiler and will go in at it. But the Defiler not going to play a game of silly buggers here. He's going to try and get involved into close combat. But no, the Hellerzinch falls away. Hellblade continuing to assault this listing post out of range of its defences. Cultists now amassing with the Chaos Sorcerer. And the Hellblade versus a Defiler. I do believe that the... Oh, sorry, they keep on calling this a Defiler. You're the Defiler. That's what you are. You are Hell Talon. It seems that in a straight up 1v1, I thought it was going to be the Hell Talon that would win this, but it doesn't seem quite like it. It's got supporting fire though, so it might be able to squeak a win out of this, but no, he's going to fall back. Hellerzinch also going to fall back in good stead as well. Chaos Sorcerer not going to let him go though. He's going to see if he can show him the business. The undivided business. None of this committing to one god nonsense. Going to learn about the warp. You may as well get it from all kind of sources. But tier 3 on the way for Necrotechnica. Tier 3 as well for Kubini. And a Chaos Temple, so may potentially be seeing a transition away from vehicle heavy play. We also have a lot more options for anti-vehicle stuff in the form of Havocs. Is it no, Obliterators don't come from the Chaos Temple. That's the Sacrificial Circle. They've got some things that they can go for. These Hell Blades, sorry, being a real nuisance. Every time the Force of Chaos want to push out, they just straight up can't. Chaos Sorcerer looking a little bit worse for wear. Might want to stick around this Corruption just so we can get some regen on the go. The Hell Blades, there we go. Not standing up too well against the might of the Talon. So does manage to screen those guys away. Going to see a Chaos Predator being summoned forth. Hellblade goes down, and now it's a potential for Kubini to get some aggressive stuff on his side of the field. Going to spot this Silver Spire, getting revenge for that singular cultist that died earlier on. But some counter defences on the way. A fresh Hellblade should be able to take on a badly damaged Hell Talon, but Warpsmith will be coming over, seeing if he can repair it in time. It was a nice little crescent manoeuvre. And the Warpsmith's like, hold on, mate. I was nearly at you. Come back, you sod. With some undivided Chaos Predator. Well, not some, just the one. They'll be coming in. Warpsmith gaining that advantage from the heavy cover. So we'll be able to bring this guy back to full health if the pink horrors don't cause him any trouble. But yeah, we'll need to thread those vehicles with some infantry. Got a Obliterator squad and a Mutilator squad. Okay, so the ranged variant and the close combat variant. Got a chosen squad of Thousand Suns from Necrotechnica over here. Lots of health, lots of damage. No morale. Oh, actually, no, they're the ones that do have morale. So they can shit the bed. In theory. Oh, what was you? That's a plasma cannon from a Chaos Predator. God, that's lethal. That's just right. I want those guys over there to not exist anymore. Good night, sweet prince. Be gone. Cultists over here being chased around by the Screamers and Zinch. Also got a Ferrum Infernus Dreadnought on the way. Predator over here taking a bit of a licking. But it does seem that the chosen ones are now chosen guns. Cultists still online, actually. I'm very impressed. Normally you'd see those guys kind of fall to the wayside by now. Got some Obliterators in the middle. Can turn their hand to killing anything. Predator with the plasma cannon has gone down. Infernus Dreadnought really lethal in close combat, all things considered. And he's just got such a wonderful walking animation as well. Really janky, absolutely love it. The Mutilators here. They've got saws and stabby bits on the ends of their fingers. Can a squad of Mutilators take on a Ferrum Infernus Dreadnought? These are the questions I ask myself. These are the ones that keep me up at night. Will we get an answer? Does seem likely. Current economies are 147 and 95. compared to 209 and 164, so really big economy going on for the Thousand Suns here. The Mutilators will come over. They are very tanky lads. Heavy infantry armour, so will resist these horrors. Not so much the Hellblade and the Predator. But I mean, look at that. It's just, they just don't care, do they? They'll punch a tank to death, as is their want and need. Ferrum in fairness, Dreadnought being forgotten about over here. Obliterators just having a free range on it. That is very unfortunate, but he's got the money to spare. He could buy 10 of those if he so chose. Another Chaos Predator. The Plasma Cannon going to be danced to perfection by this Heretic, but can't really stand up to too much fire from the Hellblades, and in fact it doesn't even survive for very long, getting taken down straight away. Yeah, just a lot of anti-vehicle and air firepower from the Thousand Suns here. Mutilators will come in there, and realistically these horrors need to get out of there ASAP. But the Obliterator Mutilator Wombo combo, that is quite a deadly combination. So long as they are able to stay together and work on the same target together. Get them separated, very difficult for them to manage. They get that improved clone spell from the Sorcerer Lord. These guys are going to fall back a little bit. Deceiver, lots of fire coming from this guy. Even specifically says good against morale. Look at that, two little flamers, one big scary face. Shame it can't use its flamers at the same time as it is in close combat, but that's fair enough. Don't want it to be too strong. Demon Prince being summoned in the middle. Demon Armour. But doesn't... In fact, she seems to be getting spanked quite decently by the Sorcerer Lord. One thing to take into consideration about the Sorcerer Lord is that everyone thinks that, oh, well, because he's a bookman, because he's a magic man, he'll be no good in close combat, but no, he's quite the beast. Now summoning 2 clones of himself. He's going to let those guys move in, absorb some of the damage. Deceiver just setting everything on fire, but not really been able to do all that much on his own. But Chaos Predator with some shiny pink lights on him. Gone for his last cannon. Should be alright, but the Demon Prince also... that was just very unfortunate. Never seen one been taken down so quickly. Sorcerer Lord falling. Him and all of his clones. But yeah, it does look like that the Force of Chaos Undivided have managed to stabilise from this Thousand Suns push. Haven't lost any... well, they've lost some models, but they've still got both the Obliterators and the Mutilators online, which is very useful for a counter-offensive. Over on the northern side, we've got some Horrors of Zinch being bunched up, ready to go for that flanking manoeuvre against this Chaos Predator. But Thousand Suns Predator gone down. We'll need to push this guy back. Warpsmith trying to keep this guy online. Mutilators will have to get the screening involved. Keep the Horrors occupied while the Obliterators do their stuff. Ferrum. Oh, sorry, that's not a Magnus Dreadnought. That is a Venerable Rubik Dreadnought. Absolutely demonic. Even the Mutilators in close combat probably aren't going to have a great time against it. Herald of Zinch gets a big zap in there. Will force the Obliterators backwards. Now we do have some... oh, we've got some Havoc Marines. Going to go for a couple of las cannons, as well as them, all of them being equipped with a heavy bolter gun as well. Yeah, so both teams now with sizable anti-vehicle components to them. I think all the Horrors have died. He's going to get a couple more, in fact a triple more. Right, Whirlwind ready to provide some firing support, which that's quite a nice choice when you've got all this anti-vehicle stuff. Get some missiles in them, knock them back a bit. But these Mutilators being an absolute menace. Even when brought down to low health, still able to get more models very reasonably quickly as well. The combined arms, can they be taken down? Venerable Dreadnought not quite able to get the punches in. from the fleeing mutilators. Havocs are now going to rotate across to the top of the map. See if we can fire away. And oh, well, there we go. Alpharius to save the day. The shortest of the Primarchs, if memory serves. But that's fine by him. Gonna see that whirlwind take him down to Browntown. Sometimes he's invisible, sometimes he's not. It just depends on how the mood takes him. So yeah, Thousand Suns in quite the bind at the moment. There's just a lot of stuff going on in the centre here. So they will need to come up with some sort of alternative. The horrors aren't going to do it for them. There is nothing... I mean, yeah, okay, they've got a Chaos Predator, but, like, they've got a couple. But this is the main body of damage you want to be dealing with here. I've gone for some Rubik Marines. Oh, a Sekhmet Cabal Terminator squad. And they've also gone for the Inferno Ball ammunition. Well, they've got one on there. Not sure if that's going to be enough. Hellblades going in for that flanking manoeuvre, but a little bit too early. Kind of want to do that when all the other dudes are out there. But I think we've got some serious pathing issues here. I'm not sure if the Deceiver can get through this place as well as everyone else. Might need to come round on this side. Listening post on the relic goes down. Going to see another Predator being rebuilt in the Occult Forge. Another Deceiver being built down here as well. Or up there even. What is that? 10, 20 Havoc Marines. All in all. Deceiver will come in. Breaking the morale more or less instantly of these guys. In fact, actually, yeah, wonderful unit to use in this situation. But it's currently not spotted again. Come on, Predator. Get that 3.1 turning involved. Tossing a Mutilator high in the air. Has to be a record. Predator now in for support. But a lot of lasgun fire coming in. Sekhmet Cabal Terminator is going to zoom away by the power of their aspiring sorcerer, leaving the Predator to its own devices. Big sad. Alpharius just not giving up. He's going to be a nuisance no matter the cost. Rubik Marines, only 3 of them. Can they take him on? Not entirely sure. Here's a Primarch after all. We'll have some things firing at him from a distance. We do now have a Chaos Rhino ready to ferry the troops around. In, out, shaking all about across the map. Do have the Mutilators going up north. Grenades been thrown at the Rubik Marines. And yeah, this is difficult time for all. Chaos Predator actually doing all right. Might probably take this Rhino down before he has to say goodnight himself. You'll see another Predator coming up from the Occult Forge on the southern side. Cabal Terminator is actually holding on a lot better against these Obliterators than we might have otherwise thought. Alpharius did manage to take down that Occult Forge, but he's now suffering himself. A whirlwind providing some firing support. And while it did begin as a good offensive, transitioning away from just pure vehicles and allowing the Sekhmet Cabal Terminators with a Soul Reaper cannon to do their stuff, it's actually, yeah, they're doing alright. Well, we're advancing a little bit. Down on this side, Rhino has gone down. Actually, just the sheer belligerence of these Predators breaking the morale of these Havoc Marines. Also got a Hellblade coming in as well to add to the damage. And yeah, okay, fair enough. That was a turn up for the books. I expected that the Havocs would have won that engagement. But Chaos Undivided separating the forces, managing to take on 2 sides at once. Not doing all that well on the southern side, but the northern side they seem to be quite accomplished. Hellblades, 2 of them in total, looking to strike down these Chaos Predators, and they're doing a fine job at it. Some Scarab Occult Terminators, the melee-orientated dudes, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they've got their big old bopping hammers. 1 Predator goes down. Another Occult Forge looks like it'll go the way of the Dinosaur. For all Wizard, being chased by some manic mutilators. Absolutely terrifying stuff. Would not want to experience that myself. Oh, look, we've got a Bloodthirster for Kubini. Going up against the Sorcerer Lord. But 2 Sorcerer Lords, and he's like, which one do I go for? Who do I strike down? Right, I'll just go for whichever one annoys me the most. We'll pick him up, give him a big old shake, shout in his ear, give him a bit of ASMR before flying away. Oh, the other sorcerer wasn't the clone, it was just the undivided Chaos Sorcerer. Okay, right. That's the problem with these blooming clones. They confuse me as much as they confuse the players. Trophy Grav Raider activating his Machine Spirit. Going to tank a lot more damage. But against a Bloodthirster, not sure how much defense you can have against him. Going to get Ahriman the Exile. Lots of spells on that guy. Able to summon. I think he's got like a couple of spells for each kind of thing. He's got some illusionary spells, got some destruction spells. Look at him. Almost like as if he's about to do that Sailor Moon transition. You know the one I mean, you've seen it. Bloodthirster quite low on health. Bloodthirster's not known for its longevity, in all fairness. He kind of just fights until he dies. No messing around there. Ahriman the Exile looking quite excited off in the distance. Gonna bring the big booms. A meteor shower, if ever I've seen one. He's also summoned Marines of the Damned, our Immortal, infiltrated, all the good stuff. Only around temporarily though. But Ahriman is a serious beast to contend with. Sorcerer Lord going to Browntown with these Obliterators. Like we say, he's not a bad man in close combat. He'll do alright. Horrors moving in for support. Mutilators aren't going down without a fight, but the sheer amount, he's got a bunch of different clones now. I do believe we saw earlier on that he went for his Master Clone research, so now all these clones are just basically just meaty versions of him. Don't last forever, but certainly... Oh, do they last forever? Is that what the Master Clones do? Maybe. We shall see. Do have the Prosperator, big old tank here. And once again, the tides have turned against the force of Chaos Undivided. Ahriman's in the base, he's throwing about some ghoulish things, making a big old magical spread. Do quite like how the symbol of Zinch is in the middle of that. Very tasty ability. Double Predators blocking the way, but actually no, only one's left. Against a Predator, what can you do? Or against a Prosperator, well, that's one thing they can do. They can go for a Keeper of Secrets. They've tried Khorne, and now they're going to try Pawn. Ahriman the Exile at the feet of a Keeper of Secrets, but he says, no, be gone, Fort. I'm going to hide behind my big boy here. With slovenly legs and excitable tendrils, here comes the Keeper of Secrets. Amazing at single target damage. And the Prosperator has no other option but to retreat away. Got some supporting fire from the Havocs on the right hand side. Ahriman the Exile will teleport away there, keeping himself alive for another time, but although summoning himself right in front of a Keeper of Secrets, the Keeper is not being dissuaded, will focus primarily on this Prospector. Prosperator, sorry. Prospector, that's the bad guy from Toy Story 2, isn't it? Sorcerer Lord, get out of the way of your tank. You don't want him, you don't want to slow him down. Got some Marines of the Damned coming in, but who can really keep up the movement speed of a Keeper of Secrets? Ridiculously fast. Over here, the Obliterators are now being bothered by some blue horrors, but they should be alright. No drama whatsoever. Got a Rhino transport for Powers of Chaos Undivided. Keeper of Secrets, giving them the old flash, turning the Marines of the Damned against themselves for a little while. Even the ruinous powers of Zinch can't resist the temptations of the Dark Prince. Havoc Marines getting exploded. And we've come full circle. He's run all the way back home. He's run all the way back here. Well, can the Keeper of Secrets be taken down before Prosperator? Problem is that the Prospector can't fire behind himself, so he needs help from other people. But yeah, the Keeper of Secrets goes down. Very nice stuff. Prosperator surviving with just a sliver of health. Bring forth the Frail Wizards to give him some repairing. Will get some long-range firing done while he can. Trophy Grav Raider swanning in like he owns the place. I see a Chaos Predator coming from the machine pit. Will we see another big unit? 157 and 103 from the Thousand Suns versus 130 and 83 from the Chaos Space Marines, but not much in the way of... Well, they've got a bit of float, to be fair. Oh, they're going to regain Alpharius. Yep, fair enough. That makes sense. He should certainly be able to chunk away at the Prospector. The Prospector does go down without even Alpharius having to cause any trouble there. Not quite full health yet. Going to go toe-to-toe with the main man himself. Will he survive? No, he'll teleport away. Fair enough. That would make sense. Don't keep him in there for too long. The Chaos Sorcerer. God, it's like the Jackson 5. Coming in to give him the best hits with his staff. And actually, the sheer amount of them, that's quite a scary thing. I would not want to be in the middle of all those guys, but they are falling down quite quickly. Look at him, he's just... he's not fighting him, he's just standing there looking really intimidating. It's like, I've taken my helmet off now. Now you know I mean business. I don't even need to fight you, I'm just going to let it happen. Because that is the wicked ways of the Alpha Legion. No idea what they're thinking. But narrowly surviving. Look at that. Blue balled to the maximum. Catch me if you can, fuckers. You're not going to get me today. But so does the Sorcerer Lord, actually. Oh, no. No, never mind. Got a Sorcerer. Oh, sorry, the Sorcerer Lord for the House of Zinch go down. Amazing stuff. I like that. That was a very bonkers engagement there. And what... So you've got all your armor live. What have you got available for you? You have got Trophy, Grav Raider, Double Terminator, Scarab, and Sekhmet. Aram and the Exile still in there, bringing out those invisible, immortal, mutated dudes. And if you could get like a meteor strike in the middle here. Don't know if it's off cooldown yet, but certainly do the business. Mutants Marines of the Damned, sorry, trying to get a strike on that Alpharius chap, but manages to slink away. Chaos Predator with his big boomy cannon. Makes him amazing against vehicles. And the Trophy Grav Raider is taking a lot of damage. These Terminators not really able to keep up with the momentum of this engagement. They're quite slow moving. And yeah, unsupported realistically, but still quite a tanky beast all the same. Doing a lot of damage to anyone and everyone nearby. Got some obliterators coming in, but only 2 models left in there. Just a huge plasma cannons on either side of this Grav Raider. Amazing against heavy infantry. Alpharius might potentially be coming in for a bit of a perk. Will he get him down there? It's quite low on health at the moment. And the Chaos player does have a bit of economy to play with. He's spent it all on something big. What's he built it on? He's going to go for a Feral Titan. Is that the way forward? Do you have time to build a Feral Titan, young man? Hellblade goes down. Everyone falling back. No one looking all that well. What options do you have? Thousand Suns. Kubini throws out the GG. Throws out the GG? What do you mean by throws out the GG? Oh, right. Fair enough, yep. Sees that bad boy come out. By the time that the Feral Titan comes out, it'll be way too late. Could have probably spent it on maybe another Keeper of Secrets or something. I mean, you might have been able to hold it off, Kubini. You might have been able to stand the test of time. But anyway, either way, phenomenal play from both players. Just, I can't remember how many back and forths there were, but once one player got the advantage, the other one then counteracted with their composition with a different build. And yeah, just a real good showcase on all the things that Thousand Suns can do and all the things that the Chaos Space Marines can do. But yeah, if you like the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you one extra game a week and voting privileges on next themed game. We also have Discord where the tug of war, the Horus Heresy, is happening. So come on down, get involved, fight for the Emperor, or don't. It's your choice. Anyway, mine's been Mr. Landshark. Pleasure as always, never choke. I'll see you in a bit. Peace.